North Korea has today agreed to shut down key missile testing facilities and dismantle its main nuclear complex if the U.S. makes similar concessions. South Korea's President Moon Jae-in made the announcement this morning at a joint news conference with the leader of the North, Kim Jong-un. Day 2 of their historic 3-day summit in Pyongyang, and the leaders signed a joint declaration pledging peace on the Korean peninsula without the threat of nuclear weapons. There are some stipulations and skepticism from the international community. Bruce Harrison is watching all of this from Seoul. Tell us a little bit more about what the two leaders agreed to at this summit this morning, Bruce.
Heather, the main takeaways were North Korea's decision with South Korea that it would close down 2 of its key nuclear facilities. The first, Yongbyon, in the country's northeast, is the facility where North Korea has produced all of its nuclear weapons fuel for its bombs. The other facility on the other side of the country is where it has tested missile engines for its ballistic missiles, the intercontinental ballistic missiles that it has threatened the United States with, claiming it can target the U.S., though those claims have never been verified outside of North Korea. The two leaders also talked about greater economic exchanges between the two countries. That includes possibly the reconnecting of a railway between North and South Korea. They also said they would bid to jointly host the 2032 Olympics. And just to note about the facilities as well, again, Kim Jong-un said he would only close those if the U.S. takes reciprocal measures. It's unclear what those may be. Kim Jong-un has suggested a peace treaty to end the Korean War, or U.S. easing economic sanctions could be enough incentive to continue to break down its nuclear weapons program.
In terms of reaction to this great leap forward, as the leaders are characterizing this, Bruce, people in the South seeing images of warm embraces between these two formerly longtime foes. How are people perceiving this, both there and indeed globally?
Well, this is the third summit between these leaders this year. The first time they met in April was quite shocking, I should say. South Koreans stopped in the street to watch big screen televisions projecting the images of the leaders hugging. I think interest has waned a bit here in the South as this process continues. While most of the public supports President Moon Jae-in, they have seen this before. If the relationship between Moon and Kim continues to grow closer and they look like old pals, that's good for the dialogue and the goals they're trying to achieve on the Korean peninsula. South Koreans are also weary a bit of North Korean intentions. They are acutely aware of failed agreements from the past, and despite the fact these two leaders seem to be very close now, that they know that North Korea may actually never give up its nuclear weapons. This is a long game. When it comes globally, I think leaders are even more skeptical. I think while President Trump has been positive on Twitter about this event, I'm sure he knows as well that North Korea may not be prepared to give up its nuclear weapons. And despite what was said today, and despite the cooperation he sees with South Korean President Moon Jae-in, you have to be careful in approaching this situation.
Bruce, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. That's freelance reporter Bruce Harrison, and he's in Seoul tonight.